And the lights go out, and it's go, go, go. Max holds on to the lead. Gasly's up 3 places. Yellow flags. Liam Lawson is off. Oh my goodness. Virtual safety car. Antonelli stops for dry tyres. Green flag. Bortoletto's out. Virtual safety car for Bortoletto. Green flag. Max goes off. Safety car comes out because it's too wet. My goodness. Only on lap 14. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Well, what can I say about that? Well, before I do anything, I would like to apologise on behalf of England for the absolute monstrosity Pennywise the Clown sang at the start of the Grand Prix, which I think was our national anthem. I'm really just not sure.
God save our gracious King. Long live and reign over us. God save our King.
Wowzers. Anyway, let's go to the race start then. Yes, so it was a way and go for the competitors, and Max held on to the lead. Gasly was up 3 places. Then the yellow flag came out because Liam Lawson was off. He had an altercation with Ocon. The virtual safety car came out on lap 2. On lap 3, Antonelli stopped for dry tyres. Very curious decision there. Then on lap 4, it was a green flag, so it's time to say go, go, go. But then Bortoletto went out, crashed heavily into the barrier.
They'll be slick to me.
Off goes Gabriel Bortoletto. Slick tyres, and he's going to apply the power and off.
Yeah, that's a classic sort of you start to break traction the rear axle.
Did a lot of damage to his rear wing. There was bits of it flying everywhere. Did manage to get it going again though. But anyway, so the virtual safety car came out on lap 6 for Bortoletto. Then on lap 7 we had a green flag and it was time to say go, go, go once again. Then on lap 11, yes, that's right, the infamous now lap 11, Max goes off.
We saw that radio message there. They're bringing in Piastri.
He's off at last. Couple of moments, 1, 2, 3, and this time he goes off the racetrack.
Then on lap 12, Max comes into the pits, so does Piastri, Norris and Hamilton. So the order on lap 12 was Piastri, Albon in second place, Verstappen in third, Norris in fourth, fifth for Ocon, and sixth place at that point in the Grand Prix was Lance Stroll. Then on lap 13, the English weather hit with a vengeance. Yes, it was absolutely chucking down with rain, and a safety car came out because it was just too wet to continue. It really was too wet to continue. I have no idea why I didn't go on to full wet tyres, but that's the FIA for you. Anyway, during all that melee, Leclerc went off, and then on lap 17, the race did resume. Then on lap 18, Isaac Hajura was out, and the safety car came out again because he crashed into Kimi Antonelli.
Safety car is out once more because it's a big moment. This is how. It's not the clearest replay we've ever brought you.
Yeah, but this gives us a great insight to just how little the car see. He's rear-ended.
Oh.
Now this reminded me a lot of David Coulthard and Michael Schumacher at Spa 1998.
David Coulthard in these appalling conditions. Oh God! Michael Schumacher hits David Coulthard.
I always remember after that race finished that Michael was absolutely furious. In fact, I think the race was still going on and Michael got out of the car and he headed over to David Coulthard to have it out with him. He was going to have a bust up, have a punch up with him. And David Coulthard was like, get away with you, get away with you. It was great to see the emotions running very, very high there for both drivers. But anyway, then Max loses it on the restart on lap 21. This was the most contentious issue of all.
Tricky job being on the pit wall, especially on a day like this.
Ooh. Safety car is ending, and that is Max Verstappen past the race leader. A restart moment. You cannot be he's going to lose it. Max Verstappen spins around from second position.
Because this was the safety car restart, and in fact, Oscar's Piastri got a 10-second penalty for slowing down too much. Did he slow down too much? Well, in my opinion, I think he did. That it looked a little bit dangerous, but did he deserve a 10-second penalty? No, not at all. I think 5 seconds would have been sufficient. So yeah, it was quite an overkill from the FIA there. But a penalty he got, and that unfortunately meant that Lando Norris was going to win the race because there was no way he could make up 10 seconds over Lando. Lap 24, Lewis runs wide and George Russell goes past. I bet he was happy with that. And then on lap 25, we heard the news that Oscar Piastri had a 10-second time penalty. And on lap 27, Lewis actually got past Russell once again. I bet Lewis was happy with that as well. So the positions on lap 30 was Piastri in first, Norris in second, third for Stroll, fourth for Hulkenberg, fifth for Hamilton, and sixth for Gasly. Yes, and on lap 35, one of the greatest things in motorsport I think I've ever seen, ever since I started watching it back in 1988. Yes, Nico Hulkenberg passed Lance Stroll for third position. Let me just emphasise this. Nico Hulkenberg, 37 years old, 239 race starts, passed Lance Stroll in basically a toilet of a car. I know they've got Jonathan Wheatley now and he's doing a bloody good job. Well done, Jonathan. Bloody good job indeed. But it's still a toilet of a car. You can't fundamentally change the parts that are on the car. All you can do is, upgrade bits and what have you, but you can't fundamentally change the fact that it is a toilet. And yet Nico Hulkenberg, obviously due to the weather, he still managed to wring the best he could out of that car and went up into third position. The crowd went absolutely crazy, and if Nico Hulkenberg doesn't get a drive somewhere next year, I may even stop watching Formula One for good, because he definitely deserves to go somewhere next year. I'm not sure on the contracts. He may still be at the soon-to-be Audi team next year. I'm not quite sure. But if he hasn't got a contract, someone please sign him up for next year, because just on that third place alone, he deserves to be in Formula One next year. Where is Yuki Tsunoda getting that kind of thing? Where is Liam Lawson getting that kind of... Where is Gabriel Bortoleto getting third places? Where is Isaac Hadjar, even though he crashed? But where is he getting third places? These are rookies. These are supposed to be the best of the best. And yet you've got a man, 37 years old, the super sub. It's just great. It was just great. I just loved it. I loved every second of it, and I loved the celebrations afterwards as well. Well deserved. And then Lewis Hamilton also got past Stroll as well, so he dropped out of fifth place from third. Oh dear. Then on lap 39, Russell pitted for some dry tyres, but unfortunately it was still too wet. They should have just stayed on intermediates. So they should have just done 2 runs on intermediates and then done the dry tyres at the ends, because it just wasn't drying up enough to go onto the dries, and they were spinning off all over the show. As happened on lap 40 for George Russell, he spun off on those dry tyres. On lap 42, Lewis pits for the dry soft tyre, and he didn't do much better on those either. And lots of other people came into the pits as well. Leclerc was in, Stroll was in, Gasly was in, Verstappen was all in for dry tyres, I think on lap 42. Yes, on lap 44, Ocon goes off because I think he went onto the dries as well. And then unfortunately, the Haas hit the Haas. Yes, the Haas hit the Haas. But don't worry, because I'm sure someone will be making a video out of this shortly, and he will be saying how well the Husses did. Yes, they did bloody well in that race. Bloody well indeed. Then Piastri goes off, and then he rejoins, and then he cries. Now, this I did not like one little bit. This is the second time now Piastri has thrown his toys out of the pram. He said he should get the lead back. We should swap the positions back because this is unfair. He said this is unfair. No, we need to knock that out of Oscar's pastry now, because no, that is not going to endure into the public if he starts coming out with stuff like that. That incident was absolutely nothing to do with Lando Norris whatsoever. So to ask Lando to swap the positions off, no. And let's not forget, very, very, very close between the pair of them in the championship now. So that was a very snidey comment from Oscar's pastry. A very snidey comment. It really was, that we should swap over. No. No, there was nothing to do with Lando whatsoever. So no, and the team quite rightly said to him, I think with 5 laps to go, we are not doing any team orders, Oscar. We are not doing it. No, and so they bloody well shouldn't either, because that was not on at all. He should never even have said it. Yes, okay, temperature, you know, he was getting hot in that car. He was getting annoyed. He was getting frustrated. I can understand all that. But he still shouldn't have even suggested that there should be a swap with Lando. That's like saying, "Oh, I'm better than my teammate, so I should be allowed to win this race." That does not sit well with me whatsoever. No, he should not have even said that. But anyway, you know, people say things in the heat of the moment. We're not going to start pastry bashing, anything like that. I just think that after the race and after he's had a sit down and a few dry martinis, he'll probably contemplate that and realise that that was probably not the best thing that he should have come out with. And that was it then. Yes, the race was over. And the final positions were Norris won the race, of course. Piastri was second, third for the Hulk, fourth for Hamilton. Well done. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, Hamilton, another non-finished podium." I think he did quite well, to be honest. I think Hamilton did quite well in those conditions. His car, as he said, wasn't too good, but he did it where he mattered. All right, he was beaten by the Hulk, but no one was going to beat the Hulk during that race. No one was going to beat the Hulk. So I think he did bloody well. I think we need a bit of appreciation for Hamilton there for coming fourth. I mean, where was Charles Leclerc? Spinning all over the track, not getting anywhere. 14th place at one point during the race. So yeah, let's you know, there's a time and place to beat down on Lewis Hamilton, and I think we should give him a break, because I think fourth is bloody good. And of course, fifth for Maxi Boy Verstappen. What can you say about Max? Yeah. What can you say about Max? What a terrible race for him. Really was. As he said, got no grip. Cars rubbish. It was just constant complaining from Max. And yeah, he spun off. Almost hit Piastri on the safety car restart. And it just didn't go his way at all, did it? I think Max is pretty pissed off in that car, to be honest. Now, of course, he got that pole position apparently because he went with an ultra low downforce setup, which isn't much good in the wet. And of course, under parc fermé conditions, he would have had to have run that during the Grand Prix. So yeah, not good. Unfortunately, not good. And of course, in sixth position, we had Pierre Gasly. I think on the last lap, wasn't it? He got into sixth place. So well done for Pierre Gasly. So yeah, overall, it was a bloody good race, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. For the first time in a few years, I did actually watch the whole Grand Prix. I didn't watch it live because that's silly, but I did watch it later on. And I did watch the whole Grand Prix last year. My stupid recording box didn't record it, so I had to just watch the highlights of the Silverstone. But I made sure the night before to tell my recording box to make sure that it bloody records it, and it did. So yeah, I did watch the full race, which, as I say, only happens once out of the whole 24 race season that we get one race in the UK for free. I heard a lot of people saying that they don't even get that. Canada, that's right, Canada don't even get that. They don't even get their own Grand Prix for free. I think that's pretty despicable, to be honest. But anyway, there you go. What can you say? So it's time for our favourite part of the show for some. And in fact, this is very, very important, actually, because this is now the drivers' points positions after Silverstone. And as you can probably gather, it's going to be a close one. Okay, so still in the lead of the Drivers' Championship at the moment after 12 rounds is Oscar's Pastry with 234 points. In second position, it is Lando Norris with 226. Now, can you see why he wanted that driver swap? Yes. Would have been very close indeed, wouldn't it? Yes. Anyway, third position, it's Max Verstappen with 165 points. In fourth place, it's George of the Russell with 147 points. In fifth place, it's Charles Leclerc with 119 points. So quite a gap between the Ferrari and the Mercedes there. In sixth place, it is Lewis Hamilton with 103 points. He's got off the 100 point score, and he's got it, 103. And in 7th place, it's Kimi Antonelli. Of course, not a good race. He's got 63 points in the Mercedes. Still a good turnout, though, from the rookie driver. In 8th position, it's currently Alexander Albon in the Williams with 46 points. And in 9th place, after getting in that 3rd position, yes, 9th place. I remember talking about him just a few months ago on the scoreboards here. And I think he was right down the bottom, wasn't he? With pretty just those 6 points, I think it was, wasn't it? Just those 6 points, yes. So great result for Nico Hulkenberg. He's now on 37 points, and let me just say that's in a kick Sauber. 37 points. His teammate, gotta say, doing absolute shit. Absolute shit. Bortoletto, yes, the big white hope. The most experienced rookie in the field, done very, very well in the other formulas. Absolutely brilliant, in fact. I think he's won, didn't he win the F2 or F3? Something like that. Anyway, so he did very, very well. But in Formula 1, he just has not got it together, unfortunately. Anyway, Esti Besti in the Haas is in 10th place with 23 points. And in 11th place, it's Isaac Hazur with 21 points. In 12th position, it's Lance Stroll, now with 20 points. 13th for Pierre Gasly in the Alpine with 19 points. 14th position, it's Fernando Alonso. He's getting those points in the bag. 16 points for the old grandpa. Well done. 15th for Carlos Sainz. Oh my God. Could it get much worse for Carlos Sainz? Just 13 points in the bag for Carlos. Don't forget, everyone, race winner for Ferrari. Race winner. Now, Williams, 15th place, 13 points. Can't get much more disappointing than that, can you? And then, of course, we got some of the real disappointments, I have to say, of this season. I was really excited when all these rookies came into the sport. I know, being an old person, I shouldn't be excited and, it's, oh, you youngsters. But no, I like a bit of fresh blood in the mix. As long as you've got the old guard still in there as well, some of them will drop off, but other ones will then become the old guard as they, we've got Nico Hulkenberg now. He's now one of the old guard. So as long as they're always constantly getting replaced, that's fine. I love it if the rookies come in. But oh my God, have they done shit. Really, seriously, they have done shit. And the results are clear on the screen. Liam Lawson, 16th place, 12 points. Done absolute shit. Yuki Tsunoda, 17th place, 10 points. Done absolute shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Yuki Tsunoda. I like him a lot. I like him as a person. But as a driver, it's time to say what everyone else is thinking. He's pretty shit. He's pretty shit. He's getting no performance out of that car. Admittedly, it's not a top car now, the Red Bull, but Jesus Christ, it's better than 10 points. It's better than 10 points. I'm pretty bloody sure Sergio Perez could have got more than 10 points on round 12 of the season by now. I'm pretty sure he would have done. 18th, Oliver Behrman. Of course, Oliver's not a rookie, but he's sitting there with just 6 points in that Haas. 6 points in the Haas. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The big white hope of last year, and he's going to do really. Hasn't done shit. Has not done shit. And Gabriel Bortoletto, I've got to say, 4 points. What can you say? He crashes regularly, and he regularly doesn't get anywhere. I mean, let's just compare him with Hulkenberg, please. He's in exactly the same car. Exactly the same car. And he's got 4 points. Compared with, 37 for the Hulk? Yes, 37 for the Hulk. I mean, come on. You just can't keep making excuses for him, can you? You just can't keep making excuses. I think the young driver program for a lot of these teams just isn't working. It isn't working and it needs a major rethink because a lot of these rookies have come into Formula 1 too soon. Too soon. Yeah, they should have been tested for at least another 2 years before it was decided that they were good enough to come into Formula 1 because no, some of these, to be honest, don't even deserve to be in go-karting, to be honest. I mean, Jack Doohan, Franco Colapinto, look at them. Obviously, Jack Doohan's not racing anymore, so he's not going to score any more points. But Franco Colapinto, I mean, what? Just what? Yeah, all right, it's an Alpine. Alpines are going through a lot of problems at the moment. But Jesus Christ, 12 races and just nowhere. Nowhere at all for Franco Colapinto. In fact, out of all those rookies, My biggest disappointment, I think, is Franco Colapinto. I think this is his last race of his five. I don't know, to be honest. And at this point, I don't really care because Alpine's just in the bin. Alpine's in the bin. I don't even. I'm pretty sure they'll be on the grid next year, but for how long, I don't know because it's just everywhere. Oh, they've got a new team principal now. Yes, so the old man said on the grid. Oh my God, Flavio Briatore. Will someone please cart him off to the old folks' home now? Because it's just ridiculous. They were talking to him and it's like he didn't know where he was. What? Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he's, 74 years old? 74 years old. Who on earth thought it was a good idea to bring Flavio Briatore back into Formula One? Because, trust me, it wasn't. Yes, Flavio Briatore back in the day, which was the 90s, that was his time. Yes, fine. But he's 74 years old, for Christ's sake. He should have been in the old folks' home 5 years ago, and here he is, strutting his stuff like he knows what he's doing. I bet he can't even dress himself properly, to be honest. It just looks like he's... what? Just... I don't know. No. Get him out, please. Get him out. And then on the flip side of that, you've got Jonathan Wheatley, who, as I said earlier, is doing a fantastic job. So well done to Jonathan Wheatley. Really, he's done brilliantly. So there you go. Those are the race results after Silverstone. We've got a 2-week break now before the next race. Yes. And we're reaching the second half of the season. Yes. So we're going to have lots of flyaway races, of course, in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East and places like that. I say that I've got my doubts for at least one race in the Middle East, but we will see. I've not heard anything about it not going ahead, so I don't know, but we will see what happens. Just basically based on geography and how close it is to somewhere else. I'm not quite sure whether that's actually going to go ahead. So we might only have 23 races in the end. But we will see. Then again, they'll probably just all race at all the circuits because that's the FIA. They just don't care. Anyway, there you go then. That was my very quick review. Very quick. It's probably about enough half an hour long of the English Grand Prix, as I called it. No, the British Grand Prix. As I say, who was the shining beacon of hope during that race? And it was Nico Hulkenberg. Well done to Nico Hulkenberg. Yes. This is why old people still drive round in circles. This is the reason. For days like this. I bet he didn't wake up small and think, I wonder if I get third in this race. I bet you he woke up small and thought, now, can we get into 19th or maybe 18th? I bet you that's what was in his mindset. 19th or 18th was Nico Hulkenberg, and he's third. On the podium. Yes, get in there, my son. Get in there. Fantastic result. Fantastic indeed. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. Let me know what you think, as always, in those lovely comments. And I'll catch you in the next video.